Hi everyone, I'm Gus Peloja, co-host of the SEO Game Show, and this is how our game works. Each guest has to answer 5 questions using Kahoot. They have 30 seconds to answer. The quicker you answer, assuming you got it right, the more points you get. The maximum amount of points you can do per question is 1,000 points.
Thank you, Gus. Let's meet our today's guest. Welcome, Jan. Excited to have you here with us to test your knowledge on technical SEO. Please introduce yourself, the charity that you'd like to help if you win.
Oh, okay. Well, as you said, I'm Jan. Not surprisingly, I'm an SEO specialist. I do specialize in tech, but I do both content and tech. I'm based in Belgium. That's interesting. And I'm very excited to be here on the show. I have been doing SEO for 8 years. I've stopped counting, but I got into SEO just like most people. I had a website that just wasn't getting traffic, and the ball started rolling from there. And here I am.
All right.
Oh, and about that charity, my preference would be to pick a charity that does cancer research. So
all right.
That's it.
Yeah. Once you have one in mind, a specific place, we're gonna put in the description of the episode. So if people are interested, they can join your cause as well. And the winner of the season will get to donate $250 to charity, or the same amount converted to euros and so on. This season is sponsored by RivalFlow, and they will be making the donation directly to the winning charity. And in case you don't know them, RivalFlow, it's an AI content optimization tool. It's quite interesting. Instead of looking at keywords, they will compare your page versus a page that is ranking really well and come up with questions that those pages are answering, but your page is not answering. And they give you some AI draft copy as well that you can adapt and, just improve for your own needs. I think it's an interesting way to look at content without thinking about keywords all the time, but holistically trying to look at how does a page answer a user need. And they're also giving 3 months as a gift to all of the guests of the show. And if you would like to try RivalFlow, then you can sign up on their website. They are giving a 14-day free for anyone who is interested.
Amazing. Thank you again, RivalFlow. And now, Jan, are you ready to start? Remember, the faster you answer, more points you get. So let me share my screen with the Kahoot.
Baby Shark is watching you.
Oh, now it's on everyone's mind, the song, which we cannot play because we'll be copyrighted. SEO Game Show Season 2, first episode with Jan. Jan, talk to us a little bit more about your career and especially about the SEO Peeps, the best SEO game, not the SEO Game Show, but the best SEO game ever.
Yes, true. We had an SEO game, and now we have an SEO game show that I can participate in. Well, I touched briefly already, but what I didn't say is that I used to work in an SEO agency. That was my first job. Did that for 4 years. I love the technical part of SEO, so that's really the thing that I specialize in. And at some point, I feel like it kind of hit the ceiling there, and I always wanted to know what it was like to work in-house, to do it just a little differently. I moved to TUI, which is where I'm now, so the travel company. I really like the international touch of the organization. So I am based in Belgium, but we have contact with SEOs in every market that TUI is in. So yeah, that's basically it. I am part-time freelance as well, but that's only 1 day a week. But the most interesting part is the SEO game, which I know both of you have played and successfully finished. Congratulations on that. I really had thought that I made the game maybe a bit too complex, that it was just kind of impossible to find. But yeah, it was inspired by another game. You might know hiddenkeywords.com. And when I played that, so much fun, I thought, let's make my very own technical SEO game. And the founder of that first game actually played mine and was the very first to finish it. So
Nice.
kind of had the idea, okay, it's doable. It's doable.
Yeah.
The game is simple in ID. You have 20 hidden keywords, which unlock 20 hidden SEOs from the community. If you find all keywords, you finish the game and you can be on the leaderboard, which both of you have made. So that's
I
it.
remember Gus sending me messages like, I'm going to give up.
Yeah, that was the plan all along.
Well, the start was quick. I think on the first, first half an hour, I found 5 or 6. So I was like, okay, it was Friday evening. We were just recording another SEO game show actually from the first season. So I thought, okay, 5, it's fine. I'll go back to it on Monday because weekend, family, blah, blah, blah. Wife went to sleep. Like, oh, let me just try one more. Oh, everybody's still asleep. Let me try one more. And then suddenly you see, like, I was hiding in the house. Oh, I'm going to take a shower. Half an hour later, didn't reach the shower yet. Just on the computer trying to answer this thing, that thing. But yeah, it was fun.
I am curious though, how long did both of you take to finish the game? Because I believe this doesn't spoil the game, but the answer that you give, if it's correct, is stored in the cookies. And I think that the cookies expire after 2 days. And I feel like some people might have been frustrated because they were searching for a long time and suddenly their first answers were gone and they didn't remember.
Oh, I had in a spreadsheet from the start because I played some other games before and similar things would happen. And you have like 10 clues on things that you think might be the answer. So I started just saving every page that I found that it was a real page. So yeah, no, I had a decent idea of where to look for things, even though the last one, it was in my face, but I just struggled to find the answer. I had to ask for a tip. And then I realized, it wasn't even SEO what was blocking me. But anyway, let's put you on the spot now and get you to answer some technical SEO questions.
Yeah, it's time for vengeance. You see the answers on your screen. You have to click as soon as possible. So does blocking Google inspection tool prevent a page from being used? Yes. Oh, he got it right.
Yeah, I got nervous instantly. Like, this might be a trick question.
We may have 3 questions. We may not. So let's see how many points did you score. Oh,
nice.
Remember, the maximum is 1,000 points.
Strong start.
Good sign, bad sign?
Good sign.
Yeah.
The first one is just warm up.
Yeah. Do you spend much time playing with the user agents and just giving certain access to one and not access to another, or it's not something that you have to do too much on your day to day?
You mean on my own sites or
on your own sites,
clients,
in general?
As you know from the game, I find it fun to play around with it, and I think it's lately in the last years it's become much more how do you say it, much more used in the sense that I see it being done everywhere. It's pretty much cloaking, doing stuff with one user agent and doing other stuff for another user agent, but with the GPT bot user agent and pretty much everything else. So not Robots.txt, but just the idea of you can know who is visiting the page people tend to be very aware of who exactly is doing the request and changing behavior. So it's only been a couple years that I found out what the user agent actually was. I don't really use it day to day, and at TUI, I feel like we also don't really use Robots.txt that often to control things. So that's not even changing behavior, but just saying you can crawl, you cannot crawl. We're basically saying if it shouldn't be crawled, then we shouldn't actually provide the URL. So don't link it, don't set it in the sitemaps. We are pretty convinced of doing it that way, and for us, the Robots.txt is actually kind of the shortcut to saying, don't crawl it.
Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah, and I think it's also super interesting to use the user agents as enhancements for user experience. So if someone is visiting your website using Safari, you can have a different share experience. Instead of using, I don't know, share to WhatsApp, you say share to iMessage. Instead of saying share to Google Drive, you say share to iCloud. Things like that. Makes the experience more fluid to people, right?
I haven't actually thought about that.
You're welcome.
There we go. We are learning.
Okay.
I do feel like it's a lot of fun figuring out what certain tools are using as a user agent. I did set something up on my own site that kind of just uses PHP to echo out the details of a request. And at the time that the mobile friendly test was actually still a thing, you could just say, visit that page, and it would show me what every tool was using. And it was kind of surprising because there was one tool that didn't actually use the Googlebot user agent, and most of the others did. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Let's go to the next one. Ready, set, go.
What's the quickest way to remove a page from Google? Man is quick.
He's quick and he's right. Let's see.
We did this one in Portuguese as well. I don't remember who it was, but they thought it was a tricky question, so they were like thinking for a minute. They got it right though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the typical Twitter or LinkedIn question. Like, what's the? It's really like, is it the fastest or the best way?
Yeah, the fastest in this case, yes.
Have you ever used the removal tool?
Yes, I shouldn't be, but I use it on a regular basis. I haven't actually added that many URLs inside, but for certain companies, that it's sometimes happens that from the technical point of view, they cannot delete the page, but there's certain contracts that have ended, and they cannot show a certain product page anymore.
Yeah.
So then they're like, can you delete this from the website? And I'm like, nope, I can't. But I've added it in the removal tool, and it won't show up again for 6 months at least. And I'm kind of hoping that it will just like automatically disappear after 6 months, which I think does happen from the tech side, that it just takes a lot of time and the page disappears at some point, but I don't know.
I mean, it gives you enough time, buys you enough time to potentially find a way to actually delete the page.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we also could no index it, so that option was there via a specific special tool, but there's that specific site had a lot of product pages, and I just knew that those pages weren't crawled that much, not that often. So it had to be removed very quickly, and I believe the no index takes to be noticed probably takes 3 weeks.
That makes sense.
You use the right tool.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
All right. Ready?
Next one.
Paulo, you read this one.
How can you schedule a remove date from a page on Google? I think you have to press the send.
Oh.
It's just one answer, huh? I think we it's incorrect on our end because it said multi-choice.
Yeah. 500 points extra.
Yeah, let's see what it says.
Yeah, I didn't actually notice there was a button to submit it. Yeah,
we give you extra 500 points.
But it's not
at least.
I suggest you just say it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's just a feature for everyone. Try to see the button.
So it's a tricky question because instead of you thinking it's just one answer, it could be more, and then you take more time to answer. That's our goal from the beginning. I see.
I thought it was just lagging. I was just waiting for it to go to the next screen.
No, but it should be just one answer. So I think you made less points than what it should be. So we'll figure it out. You'll get a points compensation for it.
Yeah. I heard your mouse clicking, so I'll consider that as your first. I'll try something. But yeah,
Okay.
about the question itself, do you have any of the advanced Meta Robots features that you like the most? What's your favorite?
Oh.
You couldn't get a nerdier question to anyone.
I would have liked to say that one, but I've never used it besides once, and you know where I used that one. Did you know that it's actually false? I actually made an error. It's supposed to have an underscore, and somebody told me, was it you? I wrote it as a dash, so it's actually wrong. But yeah, that's a detail. Do I have a favorite one?
No, but that's already a fun one. And it's funny that working with SEOs, you can never get anything wrong because people will always correct you. Last week, I said that Reddit stopped allowing search engines to crawl the website because of the disallow everything on the Robots.txt. And a lot of people came to the rescue saying, no, it's actually just blocking crawlers, not search engines, because search engines have a special way of crawling. And I was like, okay, I was just trying to share.
Oh, that was actually another example of the cloaking thing. That was really weird. I feel like because they have a partnership with Google, and I don't know all the details, but I feel like Google might have said, just cloak your robots text for us.
Yeah.
But that's like, you shouldn't cloak. That's in the guidelines.
Did they cloak for Bing as well? I didn't go to check. I checked the Google one that redirects to, it shows you a different robots file, but I don't know what they did for other search engines.
Good question.
So crawling as Google, you see the extended robots text. Crawling as Bing, I didn't check. That's a good question.
I thought somebody said that they also allow the Internet Archive. Voila. So I think they do it for multiple crawlers, but then again, somebody might have said, so maybe one of you might have said that they didn't do it for Bing.
Let's check.
We'll find out soon.
We can put it in the description.
True. Let's update the description. And let's go to the next one. So it's a quiz, just one answer. Can you serve a different robot's text by depending on the user agent? I think we just answered that.
I don't think so.
Guys, I think we talk too much between questions.
We talk too much, yeah. Pretty much we can even skip the next chit chat because it was about Reddit. So we're gonna go straight to the final question. Am I right? Is that the next one, the fifth one?
Yeah.
Worth 2,000 points?
Oh.
Now,
So this could be really easy or really hard. We'll find out.
I think you'll like this one.
Yeah.
Double points. Oh.
I knew
He
that
knows
one.
it.
Wow.
I knew that one. Because it's slowed down immensely. There's very few people completing the game.
Well, let's hope that after the SEO game shows, more people get interested about it.
Yeah.
But I think every interview that I ever have from now on will need to have the person finishing the game. Because it's a really comprehensive way of understanding if people are curious, if they don't give up, and if they know SEO stuff. Because like that one with the screaming frog just drove me crazy. But yeah, I'm not spoiling anything.
Oh, I really like how there's so many people giving me different answers. So as you know, I'm Belgian, and the Dutch people, so from the Netherlands, they have kind of a community which is the Belgians and the Dutch together. Many people from those countries have played the game, and they all gave me a different question that they were stuck on. There was only one that actually had a higher frequency of this is the difficult one, but nobody has told me about the screaming frog question being a hard one.
Yeah, because I was looking at the wrong place, and then if you think that you already looked there and you don't look there again, then you keep just moving to different place. Oh, but no, I think you posted the game on a Friday around 10 a.m. or something. I don't remember exactly, but I remember I played until I finished for, I want to say, like 10 hours, and I was having so much fun. Of course, I didn't work that day, but I felt like I was learning a lot of very specific things, so I think it was useful, but not really work-related.
Well, but it's still training. You're still becoming a better SEO, so still relevant in some shape or form.
Yeah, I actually learned a lot from the previous game, and I learned a lot by creating this one, because I really wanted to know how far you could go to do advanced stuff. And I just knew that there were so many things that I didn't know when I finished that hidden keywords game. And I actually feel like I improved in a lot of things. There are sometimes technical discussions about building a whole new infrastructure or a whole new platform with a client, and then I'm like, but did you know you can do this?
I know where to look. Easy. I know where to look for the answers, but I wouldn't know how to build it myself. That's probably an interesting challenge to learn how to change or create some of those things. Maybe a challenge for the future.
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
SEO Peeps 2025. Let's see the final score.
Now you're gonna get some extra because of the question we put at the 2 points. We'll figure out how many extra points we put in, and if this happens with anybody else, they're also gonna get the extra points as well. Don't worry, future guests, you're cool.
All right, number 1.
Okay, that is pretty good. All questions right. You're gonna get near 6,000, I would say, once we see the second you clicked, and we calculate the points there.
Yeah, definitely. No, it will be corrected for sure. But amazing results. Congratulations on getting every answer right. And thank you, Jan. Thank you, Gus. Thank you for today. That was really cool. Congratulations on taking the challenge and for the courage of being like available and vulnerable here in public to show your knowledge. So kudos for you. And thank you. Yeah. And thank you, Rival Flow, for sponsoring today's episode again. Anything else you'd like to share before we finish?
Yeah. Do you want to get very nerdy? you said you're going to check the timing when the click happens. And
Yeah.
that instantly takes me to INP. Because if you've read the definition, I'm kind of wondering, are you going to take the moment where my mouse is down or when it goes up?
I think this is the only place on earth that we can have this type of discussions between SEOs. Who else would
Yes.
have care of that, right? Which one
No,
would you
there.
prefer me? I'll consider the down click. I think it's the fair, the fair thing to do.
I think the up click is fine as well. It's actually you can get really nerdy with this. I feel like for the other the question should be for the other questions that happened. When did Kahoot process it?
We don't understand clicks. We fake it.
That's also one of the very only questions you can like ask where people will understand what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we have quotes about a presentation that Google shared in a DOJ lawsuit. That is SEO for you. But yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Cool. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Paulo. Thank you, Rival Flow. And hopefully you guys had fun watching us today. And next episode is coming next week.